30 seconds? 20 seconds. Okay, I'm going to have to do this opening really quick. But for those of you who think veganism is going to make you a little puny, look at this guy. Look at this guy. He is awesome. We're going to be talking with Thomas Tadlock today, and we're going to learn how to build muscle on a lean and mean body. And I bet you we're going to be hearing
the Lillian McDermott
there
show.
It is. Thomas, it's time to dance. Oh, come on. You can give me at least a head bob. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you okay.
Yeah, you're just pretending.
What I'm having trouble hearing is the music.
Oh, you can't hear the music? Oh, you need to make adjustments for your mic. Make adjustments for your mic until you hear it.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, now you can dance.
You got a little R&B beat going.
Oh yeah, this is my theme song that was written just for me. Can you imagine that? There you go.
This is the place you can always turn to when you need a friend. The Lillian McDermott Show. To reach out to Lillian, visit her on the web at whenyouneedafriend.com. Now let's all learn together. Here's Lillian McDermott.
Well, hello, my listening friend. It's so nice we can meet each other on the air on this beautiful, best day ever. And for those of you who are new to the Lillian McDermott radio show, just know I've been waiting for you. This is a place that you can come to when you need a friend. It is my commitment to provide alternative ways to heal, and it is my mission to make awareness, responsibility, and truth a part of our everyday life. And I hope you, my listening, as well as my viewing friends, will feel empowered to embrace a new truth and live the life of your dreams. Now, as you know, I focus on living the life of your dreams. What does that look like to you? I don't know. I know what it looks like to me. Every single one of us is different. There is no such thing as one size fits all. That's why we need to take our health back, our life back, and make sure that we do it in a way that it is empowering to our body, empowering to our lives. So just recently, you know that I absolutely love Dr. Brooke Goldner. And she's been on the show. She's does the goodbyelupus.com. She's on goodbyelupus.com. That's where you can find her. And on our last conversation, she had talked about her husband and how, well, actually, every time she talks about her husband, but it finally dawned on me that her husband actually does wonderful work too. He helped her heal, taught her a new truth about health and wellness. But guess what? He's vegan. He's vegan. And if you were to see him right now, you'd go, OMG, I want what he's having. I want to do what he's doing as well. And so if you think that going vegan is going to make you lose muscle mass, think again, because personal trainer and founder of the largest indoor boot camp in Orange County, California, Thomas Tadlock, will be sharing how we can achieve our dream body on a 100%, get this, plant-based diet. Yes, I said it. You can look that good. And for those of you who want to see what he looks like, you can go to YouTube later and check it out. And so since there's, or you can go to his website, which is smoothieshred.com. And since it is our sole purpose in life to give and receive love and knowledge, I am grateful that Thomas Tadlock is here to do just that. Welcome, Thomas, to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show.
Hi, good to be here. Cheers, everybody.
I'm so glad that you are here. And so I want everybody to know a little bit about you and why you became a vegan.
Well, you know, it was a trick. My wife, you know, she's a smart psychiatrist, so she tricked me. I mean, it was breaking her heart every day that I was eating meat. I mean, back in the day, I was a voracious meat eater. I mean, I thought that I had to eat at least a pound of meat every single day just to be able to maintain my muscle mass. And every time I take a bite of meat, I just saw it in her face. It just broke her heart, because you realize that Brooke, Dr. G, everybody knows her as Dr. G, she's a vegan, but she's first an ethical vegan. So she just sees the pain and the suffering every single time I'm eating some meat, and it was just breaking her heart. And it hurt hurt me to see her in pain. And I was afraid to go vegan because I thought I'm going to lose all of my muscle mass. So then Brooke came up with this idea. She said, well, you know what? If there's anybody that could figure out how to build muscle on a vegan diet, it's you. And so, my ego just went, whoosh. I said, yeah, you're right. I can figure out how to build muscle on a vegan diet. I'm going to do it. It's going to be awesome. And so I put myself up on an 8-week challenge. I was going to learn how to build muscle on a vegan diet by putting myself on a vegan diet and then just kind of figuring it out. Mm-hmm. And well, long story short, within 4 days, whatever was all my own reasons for being a meat eater, those all went out the door. And I was suddenly as compassionate and as ethical as Brooke. And I thought, there's no way I'm going back to eating meat. I can't contribute to another animal being harmed. I'm not going to contribute to the planet being harmed anymore because of my eating choices. That's it. I'm vegan. So that's how she got me doing it. And so this whole project for trying to build muscle, I'm going to let you know, I failed for the first 8.5 months. I tried 4 different attempts to build muscle, and it wasn't until the last one before I finally nailed it and got it right. There's some things that are really different about building muscle on a 100% plant-based diet versus doing it on a meat-eating diet.
Wow. I'm so glad that you're being honest about that because, many people, including myself, we talk about muscle having memory, but I think that at the age I'm at, my muscles have dementia. So I'm really excited about building and learning a little bit more because I primarily eat a whole food, plant-based, diet. Okay. And so, I know many people who have failed as well. They go on this, we feel good. But then we see some changes in our body and we don't know how to adapt. Again, one size does not fit all. So prior to you becoming vegan, you were a meat eater. Many of us can relate to that. And so today we are giving away not only, we're not only going to talk about how to build your muscle, but Thomas is giving away his vegan project. It's the Vegan Muscle Project. Vegan Muscle Project that you can own at home and do what he's learned. And you can be the 5th caller or texter, 407-373-5959. And we're going to continue our conversation with Thomas Tadlock when we return worldwide at whenyounneedafriend.com. We'll be right here waiting for you. I almost did not finish that. Whoa. Okay.
It's okay. I gave you a cue. I went over.
Yeah, you did. You gave me the cue. Okay. So I want to make a little bit of adjustment with your mic because you were coming on stronger, and then all of a sudden maybe I just need to make my adjustment too. Go ahead and speak. Let me see.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let me just swap back to this thing.
No. This was good. This is good.
You like this?
Yeah.
So when I'm right here in front of the mic, then you're going to be able to hear me fine. But if I come back like this,
it's a little bit difficult. Yeah.
So as long as I'm like this, you should be able to hear me.
Yes. Okay. So before we go back on the air, let's show everybody your new book because this is a great place where we can advertise it and you can talk about, oh, there you go. It's called the
Miracle Metabolism.
Okay. So tell us what the Miracle Metabolism, or is it Miracle Metabolism?
Miracle Metabolism. I call it Miracle Metabolism because Brooke reversing her disease of lupus was a miracle. And the way we did it unintentionally was helping her get in the best shape of her life. And so this book goes over the exact diet and workout strategies that I put Brooke through that not only helped her go from a size 10 down to a size 2 within 120 days, but it also reversed her lupus. So this is the book that I use to help people transform their body and get their health back.
That's wonderful. So as you tell your story, I know that you were very instrumental in helping her get her health back. But at that moment, you were not a vegan. You were a carnivore adapting to her way of eating were you surprised when the outcome of reversal of the lupus came about? Or
was I surprised that her lupus went away? Yeah, we were completely shocked. And at the time we did not put the two together. We didn't know that this diet that I put her on to get in good shape had anything to do with reversing her disease. So I had everybody eating all their protein from animal products. I was just meat, chicken, fish, things like that. And then when she told me, when she's a vegan or vegetarian at the time at first. Oh, there's the music.
You can hear it now. Very.
I had to adjust my diet that I put for her so that it was all vegan and vegetarian.
Wonderful, wonderful. Here we go.
Once again, here's Lillian.
And welcome back to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show, where we always learn from one another. Today's teacher is Thomas Tadlock, and he is giving away the
Vegan Muscle Project.
Vegan Muscle Project. This is a video that you can download into your computer that will help you step by step in how to achieve your transformation, as well as not just physical, but emotional, and the transformation of the nutritional aspect of, because this wasn't something we were talking off the air. As you know, we record everything so that we'd later put it on YouTube. That I can't imagine what the whole step. Now, did you become vegan after you started working with Brooke, or when you were giving Brooke or Dr. Goldner, when you were giving her protocol for exercise? And so let's talk about what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, okay. So in the last segment, I mentioned that she tricked me. She came up with an idea. She said, "Hey, if you should help vegans build muscle." I said, "I'm not going to do that, because if I go vegan, then I'm going to lose all my muscle." And then she said, "Well, if there's anybody that could figure out, it's you." And so my ego said, "Okay, you're right."
There you
go. I'm going to crack this code. And I gave it an 8-week challenge, and I'm going to put myself on a vegan diet, and I'm going to figure out how to build this muscle. But it failed. I mean, within 4 days, my muscles started dropping in strength and mass, and I started getting fat. I mean, everything went wrong on the diet. But at that point, I couldn't go back to eating meat again. At that point, I got what she got out of being vegan, which was completely ethical. I didn't want to harm anything. I didn't want to harm the planet anymore. So it took me 8.5 months to finally figure out how to put on muscle on a vegan diet. And when I finally figured it out, oh my gosh, did the muscle come on. It came on faster than I had ever built muscle in my entire life.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So the fifth caller texter will get a copy of this particular, it's the Vegan
Muscle Project. So just so you know, it's not a video. It is hours and hours of video trainings that walk you through step by step how to build muscle on a vegan diet the fastest way humanly possible, in the most effective but easy and convenient way.
That's right.
I don't know about your listeners, but I've got other things to do than be at the gym all day and worry about eating 6 or 7 meals every single day. So I'm going to show you how to do it using 3 meals a day and only going to the gym maybe 4 hours a week.
Wow, that's great. 4 hours a week. You got me. You got my attention there. Fifth caller texter, 407-373-5959. Okay, so with that, you talked about how you lost weight. I've got an email from a listener who said that within a short period of time, they lost 10 pounds changing and getting off of meat. And they were already small to begin with. They were slender to begin with, not small, but slender. So I'm sure you can relate. Now you're starting with a very nice physique, and all of a sudden you're seeing yourself go. Was that a mental, or was it that you just needed to re-educate yourself?
No. Well, once you go on a vegan diet, you got to realize you're putting like tons and tons of fiber through your body. Also, the inflammation drops significantly. So the amount of water that you retain, the amount of, I mean, seriously, like inflammation all throughout your body. I mean, it just goes down. So whenever you reduce inflammation, you're going to release extra fluid and stuff. So yeah, so that's part of it. That's normal. But here's the thing. I was reducing muscle mass because I wasn't working out as frequently as I needed to be able to build and maintain muscle on a meat-based diet versus a plant-based diet. So that was the big thing I had to discover. It took me 8.5 months to discover this. I had to work out twice as often to be able to build muscle because your inflammation is so low, you heal so fast.
Wow. So you worked out twice as much?
I did twice as frequent. So basically in the past, I would be able to build all the muscle I want, no problem, on meat, working out one muscle group at a time, and then give it a full week of rest. Well, on a vegan diet, in order to get the same type of gains, I have to work that same muscle group 2 to 3 times per week because it's already been damaged and recovered in half the time. So in order
Ah.
to keep up and make it continue to get stronger and bigger, you've got to hit it right when it's fully healed. And so what used to take me 1 week would only take me 2 to 3 days.
Well, let's talk about your educational background, because this
Okay.
is your life. So let's start a little bit about your background and how you educated yourself to become a personal trainer.
Oh my goodness. Well, it goes all the way back to when I was a computer scientist. So I have a degree from Carnegie Mellon University in computer science and mathematics. People go, what the heck does this have to do with body transformation? Well, I decided to get out of the software industry and I went into personal training because I just had a passion for fitness.
Mm-hmm.
And so along the way, I racked up a bunch of personal training certifications, which anybody can get. They can get it at home. They're all online courses. They're also independent study courses. But the problem was there was a big difference in the level of thinking. The way problems in fitness are approached in fitness is a lot different than the way we approach problems in mathematics and computer science. So
Mm-hmm.
I brought in a computer scientist brain into solving fitness problems. And then I realized I started being able to do that a lot more efficiently and more effectively. So I figured out how to solve people's fitness problems the same way I solve computer problems. And that's with systems and algorithms and functions that just output the same result every single time. So
Yes.
that's how I created my fitness, my whole fitness strategy. And that's how I figured out how to build muscle on a vegan diet. And that's how we ended up being able to turn Brooke's accidental reversal of lupus into something that we've now been able to help countless numbers of people reverse all over the world.
Yeah, you guys are an awesome, awesome team. So let's talk about what we don't know. What we don't know about muscle. And when you go vegan, what was your biggest myth or misconception or your biggest gain? Whatever path you want to go in.
Yeah.
What was your greatest lessons when it came to retraining your brain from a meat eater's mind to a whole food plant-based mindset?
Well, it was about discovery. So at the time, there were no resources available. This was over 10 years ago. Like there were no resources available that really taught you how to build muscle on a vegan diet. And so I had to discover it all kind of on my own. So the first thing was, number one, inflammation is so low. Whatever workout you hit your muscles with, if you're on a meat eating diet, just expect to be ready to work out just as hard in 1/2 to 1/3 the time, because inflammation is so low. You heal so fast on a vegan diet. The second thing is the amount of protein that it takes to be able to build muscle is about half of what it takes when you're on a meat eating diet. So
Really?
the biggest gains I have ever achieved in building muscle in both size and strength on half of the amount of protein. So as a 202-pound vegan at the time, it only took me 100 grams of protein a day to be able to maintain and continue to build a little bit more muscle, which was—
So am I hearing correctly? You're saying half your body weight in protein is all you need to build muscle?
Half your body weight in protein is all you need to be able to build muscle.
We are a protein obsessed nation.
Absolutely.
So what can you tell us to switch? What is 100? Let's say if you're 200 pounds,
right?
And you're doing half of that, 100 pounds of protein, 100 grams. Okay, grams, not 100 pounds of protein, because that would be a lot. But 100 grams of protein. What does that look like?
What does that look like in the course of the day? Okay. Mm-hmm. First of all, you have to understand that building muscle is not just getting enough protein in. You have to get enough of everything. So whatever you're eating right now, if you're eating a whole food plant-based diet, well, you're going to have to double, maybe triple the amount of food that you eat every single day, because your body needs all of these extra raw materials to create brand new tissue that didn't even exist before. Yes. So most people, they eat until they're satisfied or they're full. That's going to do only as good to maintain your muscle mass in your body. You got to eat to beyond fullness and eat a lot more food. So the first step is you got to eat a whole lot more food. Typically, if you just stuff yourself to your gills every single day with every meal, it only takes about 3 good meals every single day to be able to eat about 40, 50 grams of protein just from the food that you're already eating. I mean, there's a gram of protein in a banana. There's protein in kale. There's protein in all sorts of greens, in your beans, in your grains. Those foods contain protein. So it's very easy to get 40 to 50 grams of protein in just from the food that you have. And then if you get that extra 40 to 50 grams to get to a full 100 grams, if you're 200 pounds, then all I do is I just I toss in 1 or 2 scoops of my favorite protein powder, and that gets me all the way up. And I like pea-based protein powders because I've tested them and they work great.
Yes. Okay. So that's okay. So you talked about inflammation and how when you have inflammation in your body, you need to work out. You don't need to work out as much. Then protein.
Right.
Yeah. With protein, half your body weight in grams. And that's so any other tip that you might
have?
And
then eating until uncomfortable fullness. You got to eat so that you would exceed the size of your stomach normally. You got to put more food in that is required to maintain your body.
Okay.
The size of your stomach is only that size to maintain exactly what you are, not to get you bigger, but to get to exactly where you are, to keep you there. So you got to expand that. You got to eat even more than that to be able to add more tissue.
Well, you know that when you eat a whole food plant-based diet, you slow down the way you eat. You slow down, your chewing has to be, conscious. You have to be conscious about your chewing. It's not you can,
I inhale.
You inhale your food? Okay, well, you are
like
the
orca whale.
How can you inhale a piece of lettuce? You have to chew the lettuce or the broccoli,
I put it in a blender and then I blend it up.
That's where the
smoothie shred. Yeah.
Okay. Smoothie shred. Just throw it all in the blender. How many smoothies do you have in a day?
Well, it's not so much about how many smoothies, it's how much smoothie do you drink in a day. So when I'm building muscle, I'm drinking a gallon or more of smoothie a day. I'm filling up 2 giant full-size Vitamix blenders all the way up to the rim. So that's about 75 ounces each blender. And I'm putting down that entire amount every single day. So that's about 150 grams of protein.
Plus you eat food?
Of smoothie plus regular food. Yeah, absolutely. So, and each blender, I'm putting about 1 pound of pure greens in it. So I've got 2 pounds of pure greens just from the smoothie alone, plus fruit, plus omega-3s from flax seeds or chia seeds, and my regular food. So yeah, I'm really, really full all day long. I'm building muscle. I'm not building muscle now.
I don't think I could eat that much. And so here's the deal. When people eat slower, they eat less, because by the time your food gets processed in your stomach, you already know that you're full. And so with that in mind, if you're full, how do you stuff more food in? Can you just eat more frequently?
That's the trouble that people have with muscle building, is that most people have a hard time building a lot of muscle because they just can't stomach all the food that's required to build this larger body.
But you can get used to it?
Oh, maybe some people can. I can only go for a couple months at a time, and then I tap out. It's just so much food, and it really does become a pain in the butt after a while.
Well,
it really
we
does.
need to find out about that, because it's not just the pain in the butt.
It's a pain in the gut, is what it is.
It's a pain in the gut. Okay, so you see the effects in the butt. You see it when you have this smooth.
Especially when you do a lot of squats.
You do.
Absolutely do.
There you go. Oh, now
most people have no complaints about that.
I'm thinking bowel movements. You're thinking squats. That is where our mindset.
Maybe that's another episode. We'll talk about that part.
And we're going to continue our conversation. Be the 5th caller or texter if you would like to learn how to build an incredible body with the Vegan Muscle Project. 5th caller or texter, 407-373-5959. And we're going to continue talking to Thomas Tadlock when we return worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. We'll be right here waiting for you. Whoa, that went a totally different way than I thought, because this is the thing. I am always hungry. And I've had Dr. Joel Furman is a regular on my show, Eat to Live. And he always talks about how we don't need to eat. I mean, we eat to make us comfortable and full. And we don't need to eat between meals, and we don't need to eat at other times. We don't need to do any of that. And so with that in mind, this is a little different, because your goal is to build muscle and to be healthy, right?
Yes, that's exactly right. So, so Dr. Joel Furman, he's speaking from a mortality standpoint. He's got all this data that he can look at really easily, where you can just show the correlation between how much you eat and how long you live. The more you eat, that's directly correlated to how long you live. Now, if you're doing it in the most healthy way possible, what's to say you can't live just as long while also enjoying a lot of food?
Okay, so you get your food in with lots of smoothies. And so I see that Dale has joined us. Dale, thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be with you, Lillian.
Yes, and you're going to love today's topic, Dale,
I'm looking forward to it.
because we're going to talk about how to build muscle on a whole food plant-based lifestyle.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Yes.
look at this guy. He's vegan. Can you believe that?
That's great. Pleasure to
Yeah.
meet you, Thomas.
Yes, Thomas
Good to
Tadlock,
be here. Pleasure's all mine.
founder and chairman of Liberty HealthShare, is Dale Billis. And so today we're talking about, Dale, how to live a healthy life and build muscle. And isn't that what Liberty HealthShare is all about, is a healthy life, huh?
Absolutely. That's our passion.
Very good. Very good.
Absolutely. Their health. The healthcare system is about sick care, not health care.
Yes.
And so we've got to just build on that message and that focus.
I know that every time either a guest is on or when you're listening to the topic, we are so in alignment, and I'm so grateful that Liberty HealthShare, for those of you who want to look into Liberty HealthShare, it's 855-58-LIBERTY, and you can go to libertyhealthshare.org. And so I'm going to continue our conversation with Thomas. Thomas, I am blown away, and now I know why I have experienced muscle decline. And like I said, they say muscle has a memory, but mine acquired dementia because I was not eating enough food. I'm not eating enough because I eat a lot and I'm constantly hungry. But if I just thought, my 2 cups of smoothies a day was going to do it. So for someone like me that I want to build muscle, I mean,
Okay.
I work out my muscles, but I don't have the legs, the glutes and all of that. I would need to eat more, drink more smoothies.
Absolutely.
Is your
There's
secret
2
sauce the smoothies?
Okay. Well, let me address each of those concerns that you have. Number one is, do you have to eat more? Yes, you have to eat more. If you're eating what you normally eat, you can't get bigger. You don't have enough raw materials that you're giving your body to create more tissue than you already have right now.
Yeah.
The second thing, you have to work out in a way that builds muscle. So you got to do bodybuilding style workouts where you're just destroying muscle tissue. You're hitting all the muscle fibers. You have to do that. And then smoothies is a convenient way to get all of this extra food in. I mean, I just told you that in a gallon worth of smoothie, I'm eating about 2 full pounds of greens. Now, can you imagine eating 2 pounds of salad? That's a little hard to do. I mean, you're going to be shoveling stuff in your mouth with a fork for a long time, which, I've tried that. It's not easy.
Yeah.
So throw it in a blender, let the blender do most of the chewing for you, and then just slam it down. It's an easy
but when you slam it down,
Yeah.
you have to chew your smoothie. You got to chew it.
Don't.
You don't. It doesn't activate the saliva, and the saliva activates the enzymes.
No. You don't have to chew your smoothie because the Vitamix blender does all the chewing for you. So, there's nothing.
But when it bypasses, when it goes to your mouth, I guess you don't have to chew it. Oh, here we go.
373-5959. Once again, here's Lillian.
Welcome back to the Lillian McDermott radio show, where we're having an incredible conversation on and off the air. We're talking to Thomas Tadlock. He is the founder, and you're going to be getting, for the 5th caller or texter, the Vegan Muscle Project. This is an in-home training where you can work with Thomas and building the muscle back up. So if you think that eating vegan or whole food plant-based, which I relate to, is going to get you some puny little muscles, think again, because we tell you what, he's looking pretty good. That's all I'm saying. I'm telling you that Dr. Goldner did a great job when she picked the man of her dreams to get her to her shape and help her reverse lupus. And so this is what we're talking about today. It's about taking our life back and our health back. It can be done. It's achievable. And so today we're talking with Thomas, who is, if you want to learn more, you can go to smoothieshred.com. We're talking about how he gets all these extra nutrients and extra protein in his body through smoothies. Can you believe it? Because who has time to eat that much? Okay, so I want to encourage you to go to whenyouneedafriend.com. Please become a subscriber. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because when you do that, they both get sent to your emails, your tablets, your phones, your smartphones. So while you're there, follow me on social media, click on all the buttons, and let's stay connected that way. But here's what I always ask for you to do. I ask that you check out my sponsors and figure out how you can support them the way they're supporting the show. Without my sponsors, there would be no show, and this is valuable, free information. So go to whenyouneedafriend.com and let's all grow together. And speaking of growing, we are talking about how to build muscle on a vegan diet, on a whole food, plant-based vegan diet. I'm not talking about vegan cheeses and vegan meats and vegan that are full of the same old stuff the standard American diet has. We're talking whole food, plant-based. So thank you, Thomas, for coming on. And later we're going to add Del Bellis to the show. I'm so excited to talk about Liberty HealthShare. So Thomas, you had given us some tips about knowing our new body. When we switch, there's going to be less inflammation. Therefore, we need to build more muscle by working out more repetition. More frequently. Yeah. Protein, half our body weight in grams.
That's right.
And then we need to be full. We need to
until uncomfortable fullness all the time, every meal. That's right.
And anything else that you'd like to add to that?
Well, measure everything. I mean, because it's not like you go to the gym and then 1 week later you're all of a sudden buff. So you have to make sure that if you're doing this, the way you know you're doing this right is the undisputable way to know that you're doing it right is that you're setting new personal records in the gym every single time that you go. So when I did this experiment, when I finally nailed it, I did it for 65 straight days, and every single day I went to the gym, which was an average about 3 to 5 days a week. So I averaged about 4. I mean, the range was 3 to 5 days a week, and I averaged 4. I noticed that I either was able to do a brand new heaviest weight on an exercise, or I was able to do more repetitions than I've ever done in my entire life at a specific weight. So every single workout, I set a personal record. That's how I knew that my muscles were getting bigger, because bigger muscles are stronger. And so you measure it and you write down every single number of reps of every set that you ever did. And if that's going up, you know you're building muscle. If it's not going up, then either you've got to increase your frequency of workouts, or you got to eat more. That's where the two areas that you can kind of adjust to fix any muscle building issue that you have.
Uh-huh. Okay. So the Vegan Muscle Project, not only tell us about the Vegan Muscle Project and why you created it.
Sure. Well, I wanted to solve the problem for vegans that were having trouble putting on muscle. I wanted to unveil the mystery behind that. So I documented my own journey through it. So you can see in the Vegan Muscle Project, you've got all of my workouts that I did for up to about 48 days, where I went from skinny or kind of fat and wimpy to being really, really buff. I put on over 10 pounds during that period of time. And then I also walk you through what my strategies were nutrition-wise and what the workout strategies were. So you have a step-by-step guide teaching you exactly what you need to do to build a great amount of muscle conveniently on a vegan diet.
Very good. And for those of you who do not get a free copy of this workout, or this, it's a series, you can go to smoothieshred.com, and you can also click on that. There's also another book that he's written, to the story of how he helped heal his wife of lupus, Dr. Brooke Goldner. It's called Miracle Metabolism. So I want to encourage you guys to go to smoothieshred.com and learn a little bit more about his journey and the journey with his wife. Now, okay. So with this, and be the fifth caller or texter, 407-373-5959, and win your own copy of the Vegan Muscle Project. Okay, so with that in mind, you're going to take us through all these different days, everything that you learned. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. So from learning about muscle, learning about our body, and just looking at a few little clips of your the Vegan Muscle Project, I learned that there are different muscles. So would you like to tell us?
Different muscle fibers.
Fibers.
Within the muscle.
Let's talk about that.
Sure. Well, most people don't know that you have different types of muscle fibers in every skeletal muscle in your body.
Yeah.
And when I see a lot of bodybuilding programs, they're usually 3 to 4 exercises, 3 to 4 sets, 8 to 12 repetitions. And when you do that, when you do 8 to 12 repetitions, I want everybody to know that you're only working out 1/3 of all the muscle fiber types that are in that muscle. If you really want to make a muscle grow, Lillian, doesn't it make more sense that you work the entire muscle, not just a small part of it?
Yes.
That's logical, right? That makes a whole
Yes.
lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, yeah. So you have other muscle fibers that they're only going to grow if you hit them with 20 to 40 repetitions, high repetitions. And then you have other muscle fibers. They're only going to grow if you use as much weight that allows you to only do 1 to 5 repetitions. So what about those rep ranges? So if you really want to build muscle, you want to be working out the entire rep range, not just a small, narrow 8 to 12 rep range. You want to be doing all the way from high reps as high as 40 repetitions. And you want to be building up, increasing weight until you can do no more than 1 to 5 repetitions and everything in between.
Okay, so all of that is in the Vegan Muscle Project. Be the
It's in the
fifth
Vegan
caller
Muscle
or texter.
Project, and it's in the book as well. So
It's on the
Miracle Metabolism, we talk about that as well.
but today we're only giving away the Vegan Muscle Project so that we can do this at home. And you can always get the book at smoothieshreds.com. So right now I'm going to shift gear because it's all about being healthy and all about taking back control of our life. And when I say that, I am excited because the founder and chairman of Liberty HealthShare is with us. Dale Billis, I am so grateful every time I see your beautiful face on the show. Thank you so much for coming on.
Well, Lillian, it is such a pleasure and an honor to be with you because we share such a passion for the care of our bodies.
Yes.
That's really what healthcare is and should be. But if you pause and think about our current healthcare system in America, its focus is not on health.
Yes.
Its focus is on illness.
Yes.
It focuses on sickness. When do most of us go see a doctor? It's when we're sick.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've got to reorient, rethink, reorganize our mindset regarding the care of our health. And that's really the focus of Liberty HealthShare, drawing together like-minded people on the basis of our values and shared beliefs that our bodies are temples, and we're here to care for them as well as meet one another's expenses and costs when they do occur.
I love that. I love that about, I'm not just, talking about a sponsor here. I'm also a member of Liberty HealthShare. I made the change a couple of years ago. Actually, I'm going on 3 years that I made the change, and we're so like-minded. And when you hear Thomas talk about, working out and eating healthy food to build muscle, you see his image and you see that he is a picture of health. Do you see that when people are wanting become members of Liberty HealthShare? How do you Liberty HealthShare imposes and gets people to see that we can make that choice as well?
Well, it occurs to me, I just saw this 2 days ago in the New York Times, a study that just came out regarding the detrimental health effects of obesity in America, and that it's worse than smoking. And that their point in the article was if people would simply exercise a modicum, just a little bit, it would affect and impact the obesity rates and the long-term detrimental effects to health. And so what I just am captivated by with what Thomas is sharing is how to ingrain that into our lifestyle.
Yes.
So that we are living out a regular methodology of exercise and the development of our muscles. I love it.
Yes. And Thomas, you had mentioned that all you need is like 4 hours a week, right?
4 hours a week to be able to put on muscle. This is all it took for me to be able to build over 10 pounds in 28 days.
I'm in. Although I just
want to gain 10 pounds in 28 days?
I don't want to gain the 10 pounds. I want to just build the muscle. And we're going to continue our conversation with both Thomas Tadlock and Dale Billis when we return worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. We'll be right here waiting for you. So that's the thing. So, I mean, how much weight, how much do you work out, Dale, personally? How much do you go to the gym?
So three to five times a week. My workouts are about 30 to 45 minutes. And what I'm hearing from Thomas is I need to extend that and just get, more results from that exercise.
Let's talk about that.
If that's your goal, if it's just to be able to increase longevity, you're doing fine, Dale. That's absolutely fine. We're talking about a very specific result we're trying to achieve, which is the increase of total muscle mass. To maintain, it takes a fraction of the effort and the time. You're working out more than me when I'm maintaining. So you're doing great.
Okay, so let's talk about maintaining, because I'm not, I'm slender. But I'm not going to be in a competitive kind of place unless I decide that I want to join the senior league. So
that's where I'm at, Lillian.
Okay, high five, Dale. We're both going to do this together. So what is it that I could expect at the gym? I eat a whole food, plant-based lifestyle diet, and I go to the gym 3 times a week. Should I be doing cardio? Should I be doing a combination?
Well, Lillian, do you just want to maintain your lean and sexy figure that you already have right now? Is that what you have to tell me what the goal is first. And then
I want to build muscle. I want to build
right.
muscle. I want to build my glutes back. I want to build, I don't know if I could ever get rid of cellulite. It's my friend now, but I would love to be lean and tone.
Okay. Well, I help people do that. Now, you're asking for 2 different things. You want to be able to build muscle and you want to lose body fat.
No, I don't.
Those are 2 completely different strategies. You know that? Because when you build muscle, you have to put on fat. They go hand in hand. The same hormones that are in your body that increase muscle mass also increase fat tissue.
Well, I thought, the way I'm thinking is that I thought that I can build muscle weight. I don't want to build fat. I want to build muscle. I think maybe I'm saying this. Are we saying the same thing?
I know that's what you want. But it's unfortunate that that's not how our biology works. So
how does it work?
You can't put on muscle without a little bit of fat. So in Miracle Metabolism, I talk about how you use what's called a zigzag strategy. So some of the days out of the week, you build muscle, and then other days out of the week, you lose the extra fat that you gained. So at the end of a 1 to 2 week period, you have a net gain in muscle and a net loss in body fat.
I'm checking out your zigzag because I checked it out just real quick last night as I was doing some research for you. And so what do you think, Dale?
I'm loving it. I'm going to go check it out. Thank you so much, Thomas.
Dale, I love that you referenced that article.
Knowledge and the insight. That's spectacular.
Well, that article that you referenced, that dropped on Saturday from Time Magazine's writers. And I got to share that with all of my clients and fans that, look, not exercising is worse than smoking.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you expecting that from the people for Liberty HealthShare that become members, Dale?
Well, we are, and just putting out that awareness and health consciousness that as a part of our community orientation.
Okay.
That's the focus.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about that when we come back from the break because it's important.
Absolutely.
373-5959. Once again, here's Lillian.
Welcome back to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show, where I am just enjoying all this testosterone coming at me. So it's Thomas Tadlock and Dale Billis of Liberty HealthShare. So we've got Thomas Tadlock for the 5th caller or texter, 407-373-5959. You will learn how to build your body back again. Not only are you going to take your health back, you're going to build your body back with the Vegan Muscle Project. You can find Thomas at smoothieshred.com. And of course, Liberty HealthShare, which I absolutely love, sponsor of the Lillian McDermott Radio Show, founder and chairman, Dale Billis. Thank you so much, Dale. I wanted to go into that article that you shared earlier. Can you repeat the article again? And what you've learned and how Liberty HealthShare is taking advantage of that information to help create healthier members.
Yeah, I ran across it online, originally published in Time, repeated in a number of publications and newspapers around the country, but just referencing the reality that obesity is a killer. It is an absolute detrimental impact on health and longevity. It's one of the significant determiners of our future health and wellness.
Mhm.
And we've got to address the obesity problem and issue in America. And the antidote to that is exercise.
Exercise, yes, and that's
Is
what we're talking about.
exercise, is to
And
get active.
yes,
That's
yes,
why
and
I'm loving what Thomas has to share today, because we are at Liberty HealthShare calling America to focus on the care of their health. Now, when I say that, hopefully it communicates the fact that our healthcare system is flawed.
yes,
It's focused on sickness, and it's focused on somebody else, a third party, paying for our costs associated with our health care. And
yes,
so we've got to change both of those. And Liberty HealthShare is intent on awakening America to the reality and the need that we have to be intentional, we have to plan, we have to engage in a thought structure relative to our health, and do the common sense things that we all know that we need: eat right, exercise, reduce stress, sleep correctly, all of those sorts of things, and just bring people together based upon those shared values and beliefs. We make plans about everything in our lives, don't we, Lillian?
yes, we do. And what I love about
We invest in a 401k for retirement.
that's right, that's right.
We
This
tell our
is
children stay out of debt. We have financial gurus and entrepreneurs that help us organize our. Why would we not give the same kind of even more focused attention to our health? Who wants to retire and be sick and unable to use the body that God's given us?
That's
So
right.
that's what our call is. Let's be intentional about the care of our health.
I love it. And for those of you who want to learn more about Liberty HealthShare, it is truly Affordable Care Act exempt health care, health share. And you will never again, just like Thomas was talking about, never again becoming a carnivore. And because he learned a new truth about what happens to your body when you eat meat, I will always focus on Health Share with Liberty HealthShare. Liberty HealthShare, you can go to libertyhealthshare.org, or you can call 855-58-LIBERTY. It is truly affordable. I brought down my cost for what I thought was the only way, which was insurance. I walked away from insurance and I embraced HealthShare, and I have been so excited about it. And for those of you who would like to try it, the price is, I mean, we save so much a month just joining Liberty HealthShare. So I am so
Our members
grateful.
tell us, by the way, Lillian,
Yeah.
that it's about 50% of
Yes.
what they would ordinarily spend in a secular third-party pay healthcare system, and largely because our focus is on being healthy and living a healthy lifestyle. The side benefit of that, of course, is lower costs.
Yes.
But we don't do it for that reason. We do it because we buy into, shall I say, the value, the belief that our bodies are temples, and we have a moral and spiritual obligation to care for our bodies, to care for our health.
Absolutely. So Liberty HealthShare is a way, it's an option for us. And what I love about it is that I can go to holistic practitioners, chiropractors, acupuncture, and that's what supports my lifestyle. I'm no longer being told by the government where I can go. I can choose, and you can make an affordable choice with your health care with Liberty HealthShare.org. So go to libertyhealthshare.org. Now, Dale, you and I were talking about during the break our exercise and what we do. We're not out to win any competitions.
Right.
We want to maintain, we want to build muscle, and we want to feel strong. So Thomas was saying that there's a different strategy for people like us. Is that okay for us to bring Thomas so he can educate us a little bit more about that? On what we need to do, Thomas, for someone that would like to be fit and stay healthy. What should our routine be? Should we be shoveling food?
No, if you want to just be fit and healthy, that means that you just want to maintain a high level of fitness, then you don't have to, you just have to move. That's all it is. You just have to enjoy yourself, play sports. You don't have to go to the gym if you don't want to. All that matters is that you stay active.
What?
So,
I
yeah,
want to build muscle, though. I want to build
okay,
muscle.
well, now you're telling me something different. So
Okay, no. I want to
you
build
say
muscle, but
something-
not competition muscle. I want to be building muscle.
But what's the difference between competition muscle and muscle? I mean, it's 3 pounds of muscle versus competition or not. What's the difference? There is no difference.
Okay, well, I don't know, Del. Do you want to be buff? Do you want to be like? You saw Thomas. You see Thomas.
Well, here's
my
the thing.
objective is to be fit and stay fit and healthy. And I've got to tell you just a slight sliver of my own story, Lillian.
Yes.
In that 7 years ago, I weighed 250 pounds. I was smoking 6 to 7 cigars a day. My blood sugars were out of control. And I looked I had a man in the mirror moment. I literally looked in the mirror and said, if you don't take control of your health, no one else will. The doctor can't do it for you. You've got to do it. And so I changed my life. I lost 50 pounds. I threw my cigars away. I started eating properly. I dropped from out of control blood sugars to pre-diabetes levels. And so it was an awakening that I came to grasp that I need to take control of my life, of my body, of my health. No one else will do it.
I love Liberty HealthShare because the founder and chairman started all of this, has lived it himself. That's libertyhealthshare.org. That's 855-58-LIBERTY. That's 855-585-4237. So, Thomas, quick advice for us who want to build muscle, be healthy, and lean.
My best advice for you to learn how to do all of that, get this book.
Metabolism.
We haven't even talked about this, but I mean, this is important. So it teaches you how to raise your metabolism, which you want to do if you want to make fat loss easy. I also teach you how to increase your metabolism in a way that builds and promotes muscle and helps you lose fat at the same time. So you want to learn how to put all of that together so you have this stronger, more muscular body, but at the same time, be lean and do it in a way that prevents and reverses disease. That's all there. The Vegan Muscle Project, which one of your lucky listeners are going to win. I mean, it's a $75 program all in itself.
Well, it's worth more than that.
The muscle part of it. That's going to teach you how to build the muscle. The rest of it, get it from the book. It's right there on Amazon. Easy
the fifth caller or texter, 407-373-5959. Del and I were going to look into the zigzag.
Oh, without a doubt.
Right, Del?
Thank you, Thomas.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So today we're talking about taking our health back. Mind, body, spirit. And, Dale, I want to do a show just on talking about your journey that you went from 250 pounds, 6 cigars a day to where you're at today to being the face of Liberty HealthShare. Healthy.
Well, I'd be delighted to do that. Thank you.
I would love that. So thank you, Liberty HealthShare, Del Billis, for being on the show. And as well, Thomas Tadlock. I am so grateful to all of you for helping us take our health back. Please remember, once you hear the truth, you can't unlearn it. This is Lillian McDermott wishing you love, peace, joy, and unexpected abundance. Make it the best
day ever.
Good job. This is powerful information. Dale, I know that you have interview after interview, but
I do.
Do you have any questions for Thomas?
No, I'm going to check it out, Thomas. Thank you so much for your hard work to bring that to us.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dale. Okay, and is there anything that you would like to talk about, Thomas, that we may have not been able to get to talk about on the air, but it's as an added bonus for people that are listening or watching today? Is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, I love that Dale brought up the Time article that was brought up.
Let's talk about that.
Because I read that. So that was published on Saturday, and it was based on a published finding that was published in the Journal of the American Medical Association on Friday. So I mean, this is cutting edge, brand new stuff. And so this is what they were talking about. The researchers at the Cleveland Clinic, they studied 122,000 patients from 1991 to 2014. And all they did was they put them under treadmill testing. They just tested their cardiovascular fitness, and they recorded how long did they live. That's it. That's all it was. So 122,000 people they got that data from. And this was a big call out from the writer of the article that summarized that study, and directly from the researchers. And the researchers said this: that cardiorespiratory fitness is inversely associated with long-term mortality with no observed upper limit of benefit. This is what the study says. Extremely high aerobic fitness was associated with the greatest survival and was associated with benefit in older patients and those with hypertension. So the big takeaways from this is, I hear a lot of older folks, they say, I shouldn't exercise too hard because I don't want to hurt myself. And the reality, and this is straight from the study, the more intensely you exercise, especially when you exercise in the way where you think you're going to hurt yourself, that actually makes you healthier and makes you live longer, according to the study. This is the other big thing that I see here. And I'm really glad Dale was on, because I hope he catches this. It says research has found a clear connection between a longer, healthier life and high levels of exercise. The report calls for healthcare professionals to encourage patients to achieve and maintain a robust fitness routine. Now, in a day and age where now all of us are by law required to pay into a giant healthcare system, so like in the instance of like our family, we're incredibly healthy, but we pay over $1,000 every single month to support everybody else who's not healthy. And that kind of pisses us off, right? Like logically, like we're paying to have everybody else get healthcare while they're voluntarily hurting their bodies and using up the healthcare system. So this is right there in the text. They're calling on the healthcare providers to encourage people to be more fit. Well, I would love to encourage the healthcare insurers to give more hookups to the people that are healthy, that aren't spending and soaking up all of the resources from the healthcare system, and make the people that are soaking up all the resources from the healthcare system because they're choosing to eat and live in a way that's making their health worse. I think it makes more sense for them to pay more.
Well, I will tell you this. Every single person that has come on and heard about Liberty HealthShare, after the show, they leave insurance and they join Liberty HealthShare. For your entire family, monthly, you would be paying $579 a month. I think that's what it is. No, you're not 65 and over. $529 a month.
For the whole family.
For the entire family. And you can go to a holistic, you can go to integrative functional.
As like contributing to the health
affordable. It's Affordable Care Act exempt. Honestly.
So we can do that instead of what we're already doing. Because like we looked on the marketplace, and the cheapest thing that we got was like $1,000 a month.
Well, that's cheap. That's really cheap. You probably have an incredible deductible. And with Liberty HealthShare, you have a out-of-pocket expense, which is called non-shared amount. And for me, because it was like $500 to add me to my husband's insurance, and it had a huge copay and it had a huge deductible, and it was going to cost me over $500. I pay $250 now because it just went up because I'm an existing member. For people who join now, it's $300 a month. But it's like the out-of-pocket expense is $1,000. And after that, they share all the costs, 100%. There's no deductible, there's no copay, there's no nothing. What you would think about insurance terminology, it's amazing. I'm not trying to sell you on it. I don't gain anything. I love Liberty HealthShare. Once I made that decision to walk away from insurance, it was the best decision I've ever made. And so that's Liberty HealthShare. You can go to libertyhealthshare.org and check it out. But anyway, I'll get off of that because it is so important that we take our health back. And someone like you and your wife, who are living examples of what you're doing, we get penalized for being healthy. We have to pay just as much as sick people when we're healthy.
Well,
And
that's
so,
the whole point. We're paying for the sick people. That's what pisses me off is
you
that
got it. You
we're not
got
paying
it.
just as much. We're paying for their care.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But there's so much to learn from you. I want to encourage my listeners and viewers to go to Smoothie Shred to learn a little bit more about all the different ways that you can learn from Thomas Tadlock. And of course, Dr. Brooke Goldner, who has been on the show, Bye Bye Lupus or Goodbye Lupus.
Goodbye,
and
Lupus.
.com.
Yep.
Goodbye Lupus. I always think of bye-bye
Bye-bye.
now. Bye-bye now. And Dr. Goldner is absolutely phenomenal. And the other half of this wonderful dynamic duo. And so for those of you who want to start your journey and taking your health back, hopefully you've called in and you've won the Vegan Muscle Project. But if not, you can get the book. Go to smoothieshred.com and start your journey. There's the Miracle Metabolism. Use this like so many. This is like a one-stop shop. But I'm telling you, I'm going to watch that zigzag and I'm going to start building muscle. I don't care if I gain weight because right now.
Or you're supposed to. When you gain muscle, you're trying to gain weight.
That's what when I think of gaining fat, I don't want to gain fat, but I do want to gain muscle.
Okay, but just know that you will.
You got to transfer the muscle into fat.
But if you're going to gain 5 pounds, you want 3 of those pounds to be from muscle and maybe no more than 2 of those from body fat. And then what you do is you just lose the extra 2 pounds of body fat and you've now got 3 pounds of muscle and no increase in body fat.
And you know what? I was looking at your video last night and guess what I brought out? I brought out my rebounder.
You got your rebounder.
I brought it out. I pulled it out from underneath the bed, scraped all the dust. And I'm going to start rebounding again.
Well, that's good for cardio health, but for muscle building, you got to hit the weights. Yes,
but I think that when it comes to cardio health, you get more for your bang for your buck when you do rebounding, right? Is that what I understood?
Doesn't matter if you're working out intensely, you're creating a massive demand on your muscle, on your heart. Just the same way that you are doing with aerobic fitness in terms of how it relates to heart strength. So, if you're doing muscle building and you're circuiting and you're not taking a lot of time to rest, you can get a lot of the same benefits.
Very good. And I know that you do podcasts and you do like workshops and seminars. When's your next one?
Next one's going to be in December. We're looking at the very last week in December. It's going to be in Florida, most likely Miami.
Oh, really? I live in Florida.
Oh, you do?
I want to come see you.
Yeah. Where in Florida? Are you close to southern Florida? Cape Canaveral? Is that far from Miami?
Not far, like 3 hours.
3 hours? Okay. Well, we'll be there, and we're working on locking down the exact venue and the day. But we're pretty certain we're gonna be probably the last weekend in 2018, and it's gonna be in Miami at a.
Is it gonna be a boot camp?
No, it's gonna be a full all day seminar that goes through mastery of every single topic that's in here. So
I would
this
love
book
that.
Was actually written about that seminar. Brooke and I, we put on a full 1 to 2 day intensive going through how to raise metabolism, how to build muscle at will, how to be able to lose as much body fat as quickly as possible at will, and then how to be able to maintain and put that all together into a program that you're going to be able to use for the rest of your life. And so that's what we're teaching. So everybody who purchased Miracle Metabolism during these promotional dates that I had, which helped me go bestseller, my promise to them was they got a free general admission ticket to this seminar that I put on.
You heard it. That's okay. That's going to be great. Keep me posted on that one.
Sure.
And maybe we can talk about it on the show as well.
Absolutely. We'd love to see you there.
So thank you, Thomas, for being a part of the show today. And for those of you who are continuing to watch this broadcast, please like it, share it with your friends, and help us grow the show. We'll see you soon.
Bye. It's good being here.
Bye.